What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob.
Hey guys, it's Jeremy, Super Social Club. What's going on?
So, gonna be reviewing this single malt Japanese whiskey called the Matsui, aged in Mizunara casks. It's 48%, and I don't think it's very old based on the nose. I get a lot of a new make kind of smell to it, but it's pretty fruity.
So Mizunara cask, that's like the famous Japanese oak, super expensive, rare-ish.
Yeah.
This smells like New Make Spirit. It smells like very fruity. I almost got like a banana note that I wasn't getting last time.
Yeah, I get like a peach note every time I note it.
Peach, yeah. Peach is like a New Make Spirit note that I always get.
Yeah, yeah.
So we had Highland Park's New Make.
Yeah, and it was very reminiscent of
right.
Yeah,
that kind of.
Yeah, that was more like much more peated, but yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Claire Third in the house. What's going on, buddy? Bronco Rog and Red Beards
What's
Racing.
up, Red Beard? What's going on, man? Claire Third.
How are you guys? So, full disclaimer: this bottle was given to me by the rep. Thank you very much for the bottle. Gonna nose it, taste it, give it a mark, and then we're gonna get into some other stuff over here, guys. But like Jeremy and I both said, pretty fruity. I get a lot of peach right off the hop. I do get a little bit of that like more unripe banana smell.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, like green banana, right?
Yeah, like a green banana. 48%. It's not like overpowering at all on the nose. I don't find it's like very sharp by any means, despite the higher ABV.
It's a weird one, right? Because it's obviously really young. I mean, I think it's young.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this is probably like 5 years old.
Yeah, I mean, judging by the character, I would say it's under 5.
Yeah, like we don't know how the Mizunara was treated. We don't know if it's like a 5th cask use. You know what I mean? Like we don't know what the process is with these guys, so that could impact. Like let's say this was a 8-year-old or a blend of 8, 9, 10 years old whiskey in there, but they used like triple refilled casks. They get a little tired. Maybe it's not as impactful on the whiskey as it could have been.
Right.
Because I remember getting a lot of new make flavor and taste from the 2018 Springbank Local Barley, the 9-year-old.
Yeah.
And I remember like that was one of my complaints about it.
Is this Japanese or is this like the source?
Yeah, that's
a good question.
Japanese.
So that's actually very recently I found out that a lot of Japanese whiskey is claimed to be Japanese, but it's like a blend of Scotch and Canadian whiskey and like all these other types of whiskey. And then they're just like capitalizing on the market of the Japanese whiskey. So like that I don't know. I'm going to try to give them the benefit of the doubt. They're one of the lesser known companies coming out of Japan. So I would say that they're probably using actual Japanese whiskey. But again, I don't know and I can't confirm that.
It's weird because like it says single malt, right? Like,
yeah,
does that have any aspect on?
It could be a single malt from, I guess, based on the rules, it could be a single malt from any country, though, right? It has to be. It has to be one country, one like distillery's single malt, but it doesn't have to be theirs.
I mean, it says distilled in Japan.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. It says that on the bottle, and that should help.
It says contents malt.
Contents malt. Yeah. That's like the ingredients, I guess.
Okay.
This goes for what, like $130 at the LCBO?
Yeah, 125.
125 at the LCBO. So I like the nose. It does smell young, and I taste it right now. This is probably my 3rd go at this, 4th go.
I've reviewed this one on my channel. You can check it out.
So it's actually really light for a 48% whiskey. You don't get a whole lot. There's not a lot of cask influence here. So I'm going to say that it's either pretty young, and I don't know the rules. So it could be as young as 2 years old, in my opinion, if that's allowed in Japan. But there's nothing off-putting. I don't find anything off-putting by it. It's young. 48% doesn't drink like it's 48%. It actually drinks like it's 40.
Yeah.
And you know it's actually 48% because the LCBO tests every brand that's brought into their whatever warehouse, I guess.
Yeah, they lab test all the bottles before they put them on the shelf.
Not super viscous, kind of. Unless it says it here, I'm gonna say that this is probably chill filtered, despite the fact. Oh no, it's unchill filtered. It does say unchill filtered.
Unchill filtered, yeah.
Weird. I find it kind of tasty, actually. I don't find it like off-putting in any way. Is it worth $130? I don't know. I feel like they should have went with like half of that.
Yeah.
Right. You don't find too many single malts in Ontario for less than the $70 mark. There are a few, but not many. So yeah, maybe half of that would have been more reasonable. And I think I don't really mark according to price, but it does influence my decision, of course. So that being said, I would probably give this about a 79. I would go as high as an 80, maybe. I would say it's not horrible. If somebody gave this to me, I would be totally fine sipping it. I think it's a little overpriced for what it is. That's all.
Yeah, I think that for this bottle, if you wanted to like buy it for curiosity, Missionary cask, it should be priced at a price point where if you are upset with it, you're not out a large amount of money.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like a lot of newer distilleries coming into the fold are forced to charge a little bit more for their whiskey than they'd like because they're producing at such small quantities and they have to see some capital come in order to sustain long-term production, right? So a lot of these newer Canadian companies are pricing their whiskeys high and they're not really competitive compared to what the quality is versus what's out there.
Right.
I think that might be happening with this company because it sounds like it's relatively new. I'm not 100% sure on that, but
so this at Master of Malt in the UK was like £90 or something.
Yeah,
I saw it in the States, total wine $75, so like a little bit cheaper.
Huh.
But
yeah. Did you want to try it, Jasper? All right, so like I said, I'm gonna go with the 79. You guys can check out Jeremy's review on this whiskey on his channel. We're not gonna talk too much about his reviews because we would like you guys to go there and actually check them out. Most of you guys are probably his subscribers, but if you're not, go check his channel out. Hit the subscribe button.
What's wrong with you? Subscribe.
We got a few people in the chat. A couple names I'm not sure I've seen before. David, what's going on, buddy? Vince and Teresa, how are you? Lot of love. What's going on, man? Glendalough 13 has Mizunara. Yeah, that's actually one that I would like to try. That's pretty expensive for the LCBO as well. It's like $175, $180 for the Glendalough 13 Mizunara.
Really? Yeah.
So it's an Irish whiskey aged in a Mizunara cask. Yeah. The third, what's going on? I think I said hello to you already. Same with Bronco Rog, but I will say hello again because you guys are awesome. Mark Saliba, what's going on, brother?
Go Leafs.
Getting ready for that strike tomorrow, buddy. Christopher, how are you? Peter White, what's up, buddy? He said paint remover for $125. I wouldn't go that far. Actually, I don't think this is spicy or too hot in any way, shape, or form. I think it's actually maybe too light, if that's the thing.
It's interesting that they bottled it at 48. I mean, I think that's maybe telling that
it's a very light spirit.
This at 43 might just be like nothing,
It's I don't know how they do that. Like, how can you have a young whiskey bottled at 48%?
Maybe that's the
Mizunara
cask. Because yeah.
Honestly, I don't mind it though. Like I put this up against, I don't know, a lot of whiskeys.
It's hard to compare it to something.
it's hard to compare it to something because it doesn't really taste like. I was gonna say maybe I put this up against like certain Canadian whiskeys and whatever, but it doesn't have that. Like Canadian whiskeys are a little more full. They have a little bit more like of a syrupy texture, maybe a little sweeter. This doesn't have any of that. It's very airy, very light.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool though. I don't mind it. Scotch Chest Dummies in the house. What's going on, Scotty? How are you, buddy?
Scotty.
Anonymous is saying, "Have you tried this one?" Question mark. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Did you see a question earlier? Insectica, what's going on?
What's up?
How are you? And Brian Page. I think we're up to date now. No, Gregor is in the house as well. What's up? And Andrew. Ladies, gentlemen, glad to have you with us. If you're just joining us, this is, for me, a 79. You can pick it up at the LCBO. It's pretty expensive. If you're a big fan of Japanese whiskey, then maybe you'll like this one. But for me, it would probably be an avoid at that price.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But thank you for the bottle.
What's next?
All right.
They do have a lot of other whiskeys.
They do, and I'm actually
look
pretty
promising.
Yeah. They have some blends,
They have some age statement stuff too.
and they have some age-stated stuff.
Yeah, and some Castro.
Are we getting all of it?
I don't know.
Or is it coming to the LCBO is what I mean?
I don't know.
Not
Maybe.
like us personally.
Right. I doubt the LCBO will get all of it.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see.
So my quick look said that this is 100% Japanese.
Okay. So that in itself is a selling point, I think, because of all the like shenanigans that are happening now with Japanese whiskey. A lot of people are looking for their first like Japanese whiskey and picking up something, getting Canadian and Scotch blended together.
Yeah, it's like you think you're drinking Japanese whiskey and it's Ben Nevis, and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah. Actually, I think Ben Nevis, that's a great point because Ben Nevis is actually owned by a Japanese company.
Banika.
Yeah.
By Nika, yeah.
You gotta do a Benitez night.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So moving on to this beautiful dark colored bottle. A lot of people are raving about this on the internet.
Hype City.
Yeah. Hype City. It flew off shelves. Siri thinks I'm talking to her. 57.1%. And the nose is very promising right off the hop.
Yeah.
0.57.
Stupid talking robots.
You don't
Turn that
say,
thing off.
Siri. You don't say. What do you got in your hand right now? Still the
No, this is the compass box.
Okay, so Jeremy's actually drinking.
Bring that
this.
box over. Yeah, this is good.
Honestly, the boxes on Compass Box and the bottles themselves, they're beautiful.
The bottle art can't be touched, I think.
I think, you know what would be cool if they sold a series of like paintings like you could decorate your bar with of their like
Yeah, that's a good idea.
boxes. You know what I mean?
They're Tobias. They licensed whatever that thing.
Oh, really?
They might have prints for these.
That'd be pretty cool. Wow, this has got all kinds of stuff going on in the nose. So again, Kilkerran 8 sherry cask strength, and you wouldn't be able to know it by purchasing this off a shelf because the year before was a bourbon cask, and the only way you can tell is if you pull the bottle out and see the color, essentially,
the ABV.
and the ABV, yeah, and the ABV. But yeah, really nice nose. Did you want to pour that or?
No, I got other stuff. I got other stuff to try.
We also have compliments of Richard, this Caden Heads
this
Highland Park 30 that we will be whatever. It's 49%, 30 years old, cask strength. Pretty excited about that. We have it sitting over here, just getting some air.
His nose is really good.
Yeah.
Nose.
The evening was started off for me with the Stag Junior Batch 13 that Jeremy picked up for all of us. We all got one each. And it's actually really nice.
It is.
It's really nice. One of the better bourbons I've tried this year for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a short
just
year.
posted my review of it, or blind tasting of it today. That with the 12 and the 9.
So Insectica is saying hell yes to Compass Box art. Yeah, for real. That would be a cool. I think I might inquire for when I set up my bar downstairs when it's all done. It's gonna happen.
It'd be cool. What ones would you get?
That one for sure.
Yeah,
that one's really cool. There's a few that I really like.
Tobias one's kind of cool.
The Circus one was cool.
Circus is really good.
Circus is cool. I think that would be a cool one.
Yeah.
It'd be cool for like a movie room too. Like there's like a lot going on with those.
Make it happen, John. John Glazer.
Send us some prints.
We need some prints.
Send me the whiskey.
Scott is saying phenomenology is a good bottle, Jeremy. Rob.
Yeah, it is good.
First
time I've had it, it's really nice.
So, quick story. One of the LCBOs I walked into had this on clearance. There were 6 of them. I could have got all 6, but I bought 2. I wanted all 6. I should have bought all 6. But anyway,
you don't need 6 of those.
I don't need 6 of them.
You don't need 6.
But I wanted them. Because it was a good deal. It was 190 Canadian, which is like, yeah. Yeah, we're not going to show them that stuff. Anyway, it was a great deal. It was on clearance. That's 190 taxes in because the LCBO price is with taxes already.
Yeah.
And it's rare to find a good bottle, like a good bottle that's for a good price, like a good global price at the LCBO. So that's also like part of the inspiration when you do find that. It's like,
you're like, whoa.
I want them all. But whatever. I bought 2. Then I opened 1 immediately. I like it a lot. I think it's really nice. And then Scott said the Kilkieran is good too. Yeah. I really like the nose on this. What do we think? Add water right away or taste it first then add?
I don't think it needs water.
Okay.
We have a Sippers Social Club. Sure.
Dropper, yeah, of course. You gotta have it.
Yeah, you guys gotta have this. I honestly, there are whiskeys that I just add water to right away. Which one was it? Oh, the Amber behind it. Us.
The rum?
Yeah, I'll just add like 2 of these, like whatever, 2 almost like because when you get it, you only get about whatever a third.
Yeah.
So I add 2 of those in, and then I just let it sit, and it might be, I don't want to say it, but it's up there this year.
Oh, spoiler alert, Amrit rum.
Rum cast.
Potential top 6.
Yeah.
It's only February.
It's only February.
Yeah, we have
it's early.
10 more months of drinking today.
LCBO also did another thing cool. I got to give them props when they do something that I like. They put up all the Diageo bottles online today.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And they're like, have at it. They didn't throw it in a store that like nobody can get to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't, right?
Like the Stag Junior.
Yeah, like the Stag Juniors. They didn't do it in a whatever. They sent out an email saying these are available. Have at it.
Yeah. Online store opens at this time. It's all the Diageo special releases from this year. First come, first serve. It's a fair way of doing it. And then people like outside of Toronto can actually have a chance because really nothing really moves outside Toronto that's limited, you know.
Right. And we're talking like the downtown core. We're not even talking like the greater Toronto area.
Yeah. Like sometimes Ottawa will get some stuff.
Yeah. There's the key, like I forget what they call them.
Flagship stores.
Flagship stores. So Ottawa has one. Brampton has one.
Flagship store.
Yeah. Brampton has a head office store. It's I don't want to share.
It's not a secret.
It's not a secret. It's no, I'm kidding. It's in Brampton. Orion's Gate is the
but like the LCBO flagship stores take precedence. I remember I was at a smaller LCBO. I was asking about it was a Lagavulin 12-year-old from a couple years ago, and I'm like, "What happened to all your Lagavulin 12? It showed you had some in stock." And the manager was like, "Summerhill requested that we send all of our bottles to them because they ran out and they're the flagship store and they took them back. 2 cases. Wow. They just like demanded."
Or remember when they had the McAllen Exceptional cast that
never
actually landed?
Yeah. McAllen Exceptional cast no one ever saw it, or somebody.
Which one did we get offered from the Alberta stores for like $7,000?
The 12-year-old, wasn't it?
Was it
20? It was
20 something. Yeah, it was
25.
Yeah, it was 25. Which is still.
We should have bought it.
which
Yeah.
is still probably
It's
a
over
great
5
deal.
digits now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, we should have bought that.
I
mean,
easier
That would
easier to
eat-
say.
That would eat into our whiskey fund for the year,
We'd have to just sell samples for like, $700,
which
now.
is like highly illegal.
There's this one.
Close
is the
friends.
15,
Close
right?
friends.
So we also have Jeremy's bottle, which is the 15 single cask.
Sherry, not
Sherry.
to be confused with the.
Not to be confused with the one that everybody got in Canada, which is the bourbon cask, which looks a lot darker in the box than it actually is. But the sherry cask is black, dark. 280 bottles, 51.5%, 15 years old. So there was a discrepancy with the aging of this bottle and the aging of this bottle. So they're all single cask. They're all sent out at the same time. They're all 15 years old. This one is a bourbon cask. This one is the sherry cask. I believe California is one of the few that got the sherry cask, right?
So this was exclusive to the U.S. market, I believe. 280 bottles total for the entire U.S. market. Yeah. Imported, through California. What's that one?
This one went to Alberta.
So
Gold medal mark.
there's other casks as well. There's a pheno cask. There's a cask. All 15 years old.
All around the world, different countries got.
We
all
were
different
actually
casks.
supposed to
Each
get.
market got a different one.
So Alberta was actually supposed to get the pheno, and that changed last minute.
So says Rob.
So says like 4 or 5 of the stores that I deal with, that I used to deal with.
I have a review coming out. This one versus this one. That should be Sunday or Monday on the channel. Check it out.
That'd be cool. And then I'm gonna borrow this bottle from Jeremy, and I'm gonna do all 4 together. So I'm gonna do the old 8-year-old bourbon cask, this sherry 8-year-old, sherry 15, and the bourbon 15.
That'd be cool.
Mhm.
Why not? All right. So I got the 8-year-old in my left hand, the 15-year-old in my right hand.
I like the 15 with a couple of drops of water.
Will it open like the nose up a little? Because it does seem a little reserved.
It's got to sit for a while.
I think the 15 nose is better than the 8. Well,
Did you add any water to it?
no,
I like the nose a lot on the 8.
it's a good thing you bought a couple.
I need another whiskey.
Yes, you do.
You do.
What would you like?
I don't know.
That?
Well, I'll wait for you guys to do
Wait on
one.
that?
Yeah.
Should we do
Which one?
Yeah, 25-year-old?
All right.
Yeah, I'll have some of that.
A
yeah.
Rob request.
Do you want to try the Glendronach 18-year-old?
Eventually, yes.
So I've been getting the urge to re-review this bottle here.
Do re-reviews, yes.
To re-review the 25-year-old Glengoyne, because
Not because Rob is out of.
not because I'm out of content, because I still have a lot of bottles that I haven't reviewed, but mainly because I feel like I'm the only one that didn't love this as much as like I should have. Right? Like I gave it a decent mark.
I bought it because of you.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked it a lot, but I wasn't in love with it like the way some people are. Like it's like a 91 on whiskey base almost always. Close to a 91 anyway.
I don't know if it's a 91.
Yeah, I could have sworn it was.
Oh, no, as in, I don't think it's.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You wouldn't score at 91.
You wouldn't score it at 91. Well, the old one, I don't know. Like, I think it's batch by batch as well, isn't it? So. Patrizia, would you like some scotch already?
No. I'm gonna go to bed.
It's a really nice stopper, though.
Nice stopper, nice bottle. The bottle's beautiful.
It is.
The 30-year-old was awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I was in love with the 30-year-old. But there's only so many of those bottles you can open for $900. Yeah. It's a $900 bottle.
Oh, this is good.
Of course.
This is like grape jelly.
Yeah. It also helps that Jasper's probably had that open because he's got like such a refined collection.
No, it's because I come here, I open everything, right?
It's dark whiskey.
Yeah.
My initial
Yeah.
impression was a lot of oak on this one.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of oak actually, more so than the 30-year-old in my opinion.
Haven't
The
had
30-year-old was very sweet. I found. Yeah, this is dark sherry. You can tell they use a lot of first fill casks.
48% too. That's really sweet.
48%, and that's why I'm like, it has all the ingredients for a whiskey I should love, love. But like I think I gave it a 90, which I don't regret. I think it's 90 whiskey. Like I said, they're all batch by batch, and this was purchased after I got mine, right?
So this is not the one you reviewed.
This is a newer version.
I don't know. I'm not sure if they put on the box or in the bottle. Year
Might be on
or
the
anything like
box. It's not on the bottle, but
that. Price has gone up on these, right? A lot.
it has. Yeah, it's gone.
These
up.
were great. The
full
price. What do we pay for them? Just like 300, right?
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Now they're like, you can't get them for less than like 420 unless you somebody.
But like 3 Canadian, that's what, like $220 US. They don't go for that anymore.
Mm-mm.
Well, the Buna 25 is still a pretty good deal. In
Buna 25.
certain places.
Yeah.
Scotty said he's meaning to pick one up. Scotty, do you know how much they are in your area?
So the 8-year-old Kilkerran, very nice. Is it like all the hype that everybody was saying? I'm not sure. I don't know. It's good.
I think it's good for the retail price. I think it's
Yeah.
great for a
What was it, like $100
cask
bucks?
strength first fill sherry
Yeah.
Kilkerran.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got that funk that people
Mhm.
like, right? Again, cask strength 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Age statement for under 100.
Yep.
It
It
checks all the
drinks
boxes.
double its age.
Yeah, it checks all the boxes.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that's not. Maybe not double. Like we would compare that to an 18-year-old single cat or cast strength 18-year-old.
Well, I compare it to a 15-year-old.
16-year-old. I can't even do math right now. But
This guy teaches kids.
Lightweight now.
Yeah.
That dry money.
8 plus 8 is 18.
but you said 15.
I said I would compare it to a 15-year-old, which is close to a 16, right? Almost double its age.
You added all that extra last
Sure.
bit there. But.
Put it another way. For under 100, what can you find that's cast
No,
strength first fill
yeah,
sherry?
no, that's a great buy. That's a great buy at under $100.
And when it first came out in the UK, it was 50 pounds a bottle.
Yeah.
It was like insane.
Yeah, which is like what, $80 Canadian now?
When it first came out
$85.
in
Canada,
when it first came out in Alberta, it was like $90, right?
Yeah.
And then it jumped.
Yes.
I paid 110
Yes.
and could only get one.
The 15-year-old is very it's more fruit forward than the 8-year-old, I find.
So Scotty's saying that this is going for $329.
That's good.
USD.
That's not a bad price. Is that? Well, it's about
$329.
it's
Yeah,
about what we're paying.
229. That's
$329 US, which is like what, $425.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the same.
$430 Canadian.
About the same as what we can get it for.
Right.
I could probably get it like sub 4 Canadian.
But yeah, I found that 15 had a little more older sherry, like the old school sherry rather than newer school sherry.
Well, yeah, there's way more going on with the 15 for sure. I find the palate especially.
Yeah, I think you will find my review pretty consistent with what you guys just said.
There's a lot of like black tea kind of notes coming from the
Interesting.
15. Like gunpowder, like what's that tea? Like a gunpowder. It's not green tea. I think it's just a black tea, right?
You're talking to a Chinese man. There's too many teas.
It's got a lot of barrel char influence in my opinion.
Yeah.
So like that smoky barrel char aspect to it.
Yeah, it's really.
Both of them do.
And
Both of them have it.
you get that, I call it gasoline funk that you get from some of these Campbelltowns, right? So
Mhm. Yeah, you're right. You don't need a lot of water on this one though. What did I add? Like 2 drops? That was
Yeah,
much.
just a tad.
51.5%. So it's pretty low ABV.
So it's
pretty low ABV.
Low for cash strength.
low for
standards.
Low for Rob.
We're risking the 6 times.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys can see this in the back. Focus that. No. There. So it says that it spent the first 10 years in Oloroso sherry in the last 5 years in refill ex-bourbon, which is usually the opposite. Usually you get an ex-bourbon maturation first, and the second maturation is the sherry cask.
Yeah. And
now you were saying that this is possibly a misprint, and what they actually meant to say was the opposite. The first 5 years ex-bourbon, the last 10 sherry.
Yeah, our boy Travis Faircloth told me that he did some research and contacted some people, and it's actually the reverse. So the 5 years was spent finishing in sherry. Again, with the bourbon cask that we have, it's 5 years finished in first fill sherry, or first fill bourbon, sorry. So it's refill bourbon to first fill bourbon, the one that we got in Alberta. This is first fill sherry for 5 years. The other ones are 5 years in phenol. It was like a global mistake across all their 15-year-olds.
And that would make way more sense.
Yeah. So
that's a huge fuck up.
That's a big mistake.
Yeah.
That's a big mistake, but whatever. Either way, what's this bottle going for? It's not like people are not paying for it.
A lot. John, actually, one of the friends of the show, he got word that a store near him got 2 bottles of this, and he drove out that morning and grab it. And when we made a trade, I gave him some bourbon stuff for this, but he ended up paying out the door $270 USD. Now that is more than MSRP. MSRP for this bottle was like, I don't know, I forget what Narvi said, like 130, 140 US,
which is reasonable. That's honestly, that's a great whiskey. That's a really, really nice, like, depth whiskey. Like,
it's got a lot. It's got a lot going on with it. You know, like the bourbon cask was obviously really good, and their sherry cask obviously was also really
much
good.
more than the 8. I think the 8 was a little more one note for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna score these because hopefully I can do that in the future, but I would definitely give the edge to the 15. I don't think it's close, to be honest with you. That doesn't knock the 8 because I think the 8 is a really good whiskey, but.
If someone had this for $270 USD, would you buy it? It's a lot. It's like 350 Canadian dollars, right, or more.
So here's whiskey reviewer problems: is that if we're gonna invest another $350 of our money in a bottle to open, it's gotta be like beyond epic because we have so much to get through to review and all that stuff that we won't see that bottle for years. Like, it's true. Like, think about your cabinets right now. Like, when's the last time you saw your Bowmore Lamrake for 15-year-old?
It's a great whiskey and it's just at the back somewhere.
You know what I mean?
Like, crack it open.
It's open. 50. It's open. This is my point. It's like I regret every time I open like a bottle for the second time because it's like, yeah, I love this whiskey when it was open the first time, but like opening it again is a whole new commitment. You know, it's like, I don't know. Scotch is treated very differently than we treat our wives. That's for sure.
As Rob's wife's in earshot of that comment.
Yeah.
Luckily, she wasn't paying that.
But I think that was.
It wasn't that bad. You said worse on lives before.
Yeah. No, but I am also saying that like we don't treat our women that way.
Oh, I see.
So it was a compliment. One bottle.
It was like a weird compliment.
Sure.
That's a winner. That's a winner right there. Moving on to this.
I'm sorry, I thought we were done with that. I'm on that.
You're on that. I just finished the Kilkerran 15. Glengoyne 25-year-old. This is a sherry kind of night. And then we're going to get to this Highland Park and we're going to be like, where's the sherry?
It's a good thing you didn't do any peat.
Is that rum? Is that bourbon cask?
I don't know. Let's.
It looks like it.
Jess, you want to maybe look that up? It's a Cadenhead's 30-year-old cask strength. I think the label is like green or something. It's probably a refill sherry, right?
Yeah.
I'd be really excited if it was 100% ex-bourbon.
Yeah. We've had some good experiences with
Yeah,
100%.
Highland Park 100% X bourbons are good.
Yeah. That whiskey agency one that you had back in the day was awesome.
Mhm.
And even the full volume, I love that.
The volume's great.
This one?
Check the ABV on
Probably,
it.
yeah. The ABV matches.
49 bourbon hogshead.
Yep. Okay, so
Nice. There's
It
Bourbon
is.
All right. Well, I'm excited for that.
All right, gonna apologize to the Scotch 4 dummies because we're still kind of going with this stuff. But you guys know the drill. If you guys gotta take off, you do what you gotta do. Man, this is nosing so much better than I remember. This is why I wanted to re-review it. See, because I'm in a different world now too. Like it
That's
wasn't
surprising,
it
because-
wasn't the sherry bomb that I wanted it to be back in the day, but maybe like now that I'm not looking for sherry bombs anymore, I'll appreciate it that much more.
It's good, man. It's really good.
The nose is beautiful. Yeah, that's really good.
Redbeard's out. Take it easy, man.
Take care, buddy.
Eric Waite's in the house. What's going on?
What's up, Eric?
Demon Hunter's in the house. What's up, man? Did we say hello to
We didn't say hi to Ben.
before? What's up?
We did not say hi to Ben. Hello. So there's less Scotch drinkers watching YouTube than bourbon drinkers at this time, I find.
The bourbon online, like whiskey to bourbon is blowing up big time right now.
It's on Fuego.
Huge. It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy. Like you go into a Bourbon Junkies live or a
Man, they
Mash and
are
Drum live,
killing.
and it's like
They are
200
killing.
plus.
Mm.
Craziness.
That's all right. We know what the good whiskey is, right, guys?
What did you say the other day? I don't even know if we should say this, but You're like-
Good night.
See you.
like weeded bourbon is for girls. And I'm like, all bourbon is for girls.
No, we were okay. We were talking about George T. Stagg versus William LaRue Weller,
That's right.
and I am in the Stagg camp, and you're in
The
the Weller camp.
Yeah.
I have nothing against weeded bourbons. I love weeded bourbons.
I have nothing against bourbon.
It was just
I
a good shot against
Yeah, it
you.
was
That's
funny.
all. Peter White will back me up on the GTS. He knows what's going
Even
on.
Claire the
Claire prefers the GTS as
Yeah,
well.
see,
He's a
everyone.
huge
Yeah,
fan.
you
He's
guys
a-
know what's up.
But William LaRue, that one.
2019, I
Yes.
think, is a reverse, right? Because everyone was bashing the George T. Stagg
Yeah.
this year, and then the Weller.
Mhm.
You said it was awesome.
Because I had those two back to back at that restaurant.
Yeah.
And the Weller was better.
But every year the Weller's worth more. It's
Mm.
worth more like on secondary and
Is
whatever.
it because bottles produced like there's a lot less?
It could be.
Because I know George T. Stagg, like it's like 25,000 plus, right?
And it's older. It's usually at least 3 years older.
But yeah, like when you're picking, like when people are picking Stagg Jr. over George T. Stagg, you got issues, I think, right?
I feel like, yeah, that's a problem. That's a big like production problem, I think. Like, how could they allow that to happen? It would be like allowing your 10-year-old expression to be way better than your 18-year-old expression. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I posed that question in my review today at the George T. Stagg. Like, it seems like the George T. Staggs, or sorry, the Stagg Juniors are getting better by batch. Like the more recent batches are definitely better than the first ones. Like, what have they done differently, if anything? Have they,
They must have moved
changed
the
something?
location, maybe.
I was gonna say, did they rotate their cast a little different? Was it just coincidence? Was it like?
Could be.
Was it the
Serendipity
grain?
sometimes, my
Was it
friend.
the grain like in a specific year? Like maybe that was it. Maybe it was the grain.
Could
I don't know.
The yield, whatever.
Well, GTS, I guess, older.
It's
they say,
15.
right? So then maybe it's over.
Yeah. Scotty is saying, I found
9.
a 2019 Weller weeks ago for $299. First bottle I'd seen on the shelf. I had to buy it for that. Yeah, you know what? That's a good price. You can, I mean, I've seen them. They go for what, $800 here?
What's the secondary on? I don't know. I kind of forget.
It's got to be around there.
Was it
800?
600 US?
Yeah, about that.
And George Cheesesteak is like 400, roughly.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then you walk into a store and it's like 3,000. You're like, how did that happen? I don't know if you guys watch Captain 3D's videos at all, but he's got some really good videos, and he's got some where he's walking into liquor stores in California. And Blanton's Original, $200 US.
Wow.
It's like, where do they get off?
Yeah.
Pricing it like that.
That's absurd.
God.
The Oak and Smoke is in the house. What's going on? That's another really cool channel going down these days. Another bourbon channel.
There's a lot of good channels out there right now.
Yeah. This is good stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a bad whiskey tonight.
You mean the one you generously scored 79?
I said bad. I didn't say they were all great.
Scotty's saying that bourbon is out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's gotten crazy.
Yeah, it's a little bit not cool, in my opinion. It's, you know what it is? I think going back to what we were talking about, the William LaRue Weller, I think why it's become more expensive than all these other ones is because everybody's trying to replicate that Pappy experience. So you got the weeded bourbon.
Sure.
It's like technically the same juice, right? I would assume the same company, right?
Is their mash bill the same? They have one weeded mash bill and that's it? Maybe.
I don't know. Peter White would probably know if he's still in the chat.
I think they have different ones. But I'm sure.
I'm curious if Pappy and Weller share, because everybody tries to do that poor man's Pappy with the Wellers, right?
Sure. Yeah, and it doesn't come anywhere close.
No. But I would say that the William LaRue Weller is better than all the Pappies, in my opinion. That's my personal opinion, though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could take a William LaRue Weller from a specific year and compare it to a Pappy from a specific year, and you could definitely say that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of people confuse Pappy with, I tried Pappy 15 and it was my favorite. Well, what year did you try? Because they are very different, just like each BTAC expression is very different as well.
Peter said, yes, there can only be one. So
that's weird because, like, yeah, sure.
You know what it is? It's cask location.
Cask management, yeah.
Yeah.
Those center racks, right? That's the sweet spot.
Usually it's the hottest spot in the distillery that tends to produce like the best whiskey.
I wonder if they rotate their casks or if they just leave them.
I don't think they do for certain types of BTAC. I think they keep the George T. Stagg is in the East Wing, right. The blah blah is whatever, you know what I mean? I feel like the only reason they do that is to try to replicate the taste every year.
I guess Buffalo Trace can't be bothered to rotate casks. It would be way too much of an overhaul.
It's a lot of
work.
That's a lot of movement.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they do, because they have those systems where like all you really have to do is have a one cask leeway, and then you can rotate an entire row of like 1,000 casks if you have a machine that kind of like tips it and pushes.
This is why we need to go on a Buffalo Trace tour.
I'm down.
Yeah,
we can do that drive. That's not that bad. It was like a 7 hour drive.
Rent like an RV, drive it, do the Bourbon Trail.
Like haul all that whiskey back.
Yeah, right. we need a you need a
What's
big
in the
vehicle.
trunk? What trunk? There's no trunk.
You mean what's in every cupboard of this RV?
The drive through Alberta.
Yeah.
So, should we move on to this Highland Park?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this Highland Park for sure. Just throw it down there. So yeah, this
Richard's not watching, but I feel like he'll watch at some point.
Yeah, compliments of Richard. He donated some awesome samples to us. This is a 30-year-old Highland Park bottled by Cadenhead's the Authentic Collection Cask Strength at 49% ABV.
The nose is glorious. 49% cask strength.
I love it. I love when cask strength gets low like that. It just seems like it's, I don't know, better.
Remember that a knock I had, the 35-year, the 1975? It was
44.
44
Like test strength.
at cast strength.
Yeah.
3 casks used for that one. So Peter White saying Rob gave me a sample of the Harbinger. Was excited until I tasted it. Undrinkable.
Which one?
I don't know. I don't know. There's always the fancy names for rising bourbons.
A face for radio. I know that Kill Karen. Wonder if that's John.
Travis is in the house. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, so Travis is the one that shared this information about the single cask Kilkerrans. This is the Oloroso, Travis, and we also have a bourbon 15-year-old here as well. This is actually P-Boss's bottle. He's not here to explain, so I graciously did the honors.
This thing is like tropical fruit for me right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
You get that from some bourbon only.
I love it. Yeah.
I love bourbon only Highland Park.
Yeah.
I
You have to
think
come
it's,
over. I have a series of IB Highland Parks that are all bourbons.
yeah. I'm definitely. Are we allowed to like film from your house one day? We got to do it in the
in
the vault.
cellar.
In the vault.
in Jasper's vault.
Yeah, this is really nice.
The Oaken Smoke is saying, Jeremy, I tried your old fashioned and loved it, buddy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the smoky maple. It's so good.
It is really good.
It is really good.
You made me a few of those. Why did we have those that day? I can't remember.
I made you a smoky maple one. I remember I made you one with the Game of Thrones whiskey, and it actually put that whiskey to some good use.
That's right. I still have that in the freezer, actually.
The White Walker.
The White Walker.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have a bottle of White Walker and it's completely full because you hate it, go back to my review of the White Walker, and I do an old fashioned with it, and it actually is pretty decent. It's good.
So Travis is confirming that he actually talked to the Kilkerran rep and said that it's not a misprint. So originally it was rumored to be a misprint. So very strange. So this is a Kilkerran matured for 10 years in fresh Oloroso sherry, followed by 5 years in a refill bourbon hogshead.
Maybe they thought it was getting overshared.
Over-sherried. Could have, yeah. Maybe
Or
they wanted
they-
to save it.
Maybe they needed some refill sherry casks.
Or they need a refill sherry cask.
It's
or
pretty
something
cool
else.
actually, because like that usually never happens. So
Never.
it is like very unique that you'd go from sherry to bourbon instead of the other way around,
It's absolutely great though.
and it makes a great whiskey.
Yeah. This one is matured 10 years in fresh bourbon, followed by 5 years in refill bourbon.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I find that so weird. They're all like that.
They're rotating them around, right?
Yeah.
I'll pour this one. I'll pour the other one into this one.
You gotta try that Amber. again.
Dude, this Highland Park is blowing my mind right now.
The mid palate on this, I love that flavor, that mid palate.
It's like soft vanillas in here too. It's like
Yeah, it's awesome.
all the tropical fruits,
Fills the palate.
pineapple, papaya, mango, all that shit.
Okay, 2 things.
Yeah.
We need to go to Hawaii.
Oh,
And we need to hang out with Richard.
we need to go to Richard's place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
First of all, let's go to Hawaii.
First of all, Hawaii on itself. Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, Richard has a collection and a half, man. Although he's shared a lot of his stuff with us.
Yeah.
There's a Glen Glosso over here that Jasper has to try, the 30-year-old.
Oh yeah,
That was really nice.
it was
too.
good too.
You're gonna take that home though, Chris. Claire's saying, Rob, are you still having a gathering in Toronto, or are you? Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna set it up within the next 3 weeks. I'm gonna set it up at a restaurant called Cellar Door. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be July.
In July?
We said July, right?
Sure.
Jeremy and I are gonna try to do it together. That was the original plan.
Yeah, of course.
So we're gonna try to set it up together. I think it only houses 75 people at max. Now, I think what I should do is try to get some sort of idea of how many people we're gonna have, and then from there, see if people like would want a full meal followed by the tasting, or like how we should do it. Like just to know, like to gauge what like ticket prices are gonna cost and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. In my experience with tastings, I'd rather just have like simple food
Yeah,
rather than like a sit down dinner. I was like, let's get to the whiskey.
I
know?
hear. Yeah,
Like
no,
the food
totally.
gets in the way.
My only issue is, will the restaurant allow us to be there if we don't get the food?
Well, ask them.
Yeah.
I mean, we can still get food. I'm
And-
not saying don't get food. I'm saying don't get like a 3-course meal for every single person there.
Right. Because the other thing is too is like we're technically going to be bringing in like buying the whiskey through our own license, right? So what's in it for them kind
Should
of thing.
just have a heel party somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually, we should just rent out a private
And do a
place
heel
and
party?
just do a heels party. It's way better.
That's not a bad idea either.
Some condo with a
All we need to do is find someone with a nice condo party area,
party.
and they just rent it.
There's a lot of halls in Vaughan that would allow that.
I know a guy that has one. It's not very big though. It would probably
Rob's
only.
backyard.
Yeah. Let's just do it right here.
The basement might be done by then. Although I think capacity would probably be 50 people.
Because then we could bring our own
Yeah.
whiskey to share, which would be better than anything we're
always
gonna.
want a heel party, right? Because you always want
Yeah.
to get rid of something, and but then
Oh yeah.
you know.
You want people to enjoy it, like try it,
Yeah.
but it's not that
That's your
bottle that
ticket. Bring your heels.
bring your heel.
Bring a heel, and then I mean, obviously, we're gonna have something good.
We'll figure it out. Well, we're gonna sort out logistics, and if we can do it at cellar door and do like a moderate meal, preferably meatless for Jeremy's sake, and
We just need something to soak up the whiskey.
well, that's also a good point. Like you have a
But
good
we
meal
have to buy the whiskey through them.
through the LCBO,
See again, heel party.
right? So this is the issue. Is like you need if you get a
LCBO
license, you have to buy it through the LCBO.
Yeah.
So you're limited in what the LCBO has, right? But great question, Claire. Yeah, we're gonna get it done. It's gonna happen. We're gonna figure. If we have to do it at a park, we will do it at a park. I don't care. We'll figure it out. Get a liquor license to a
We're always
park.
gonna have a wedding.
Yeah.
Have it at
How much does it cost to rent out Casa Loma?
That would be expensive.
I mean, it'd be like at least like 10 grand. But how epic would that be?
That would be epic. But
We would need like
for
300,
halls,
300
again,
people minimum.
if you buy through their license, you have to buy through the LCBO. So like the guys that pull off these heel parties are not advertising it on social media. Really, like they maybe Facebook.
Well, no, it's like it's a private party. It's a private party at a private residence, right?
at a yeah. If that's the case, then fine.
Yeah.
But if it's at a hall or like a
But you can get a common
condo,
room
like a
in
condo, yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's how all the Toronto Whiskey Society events
College
are.
Park is huge. You know, there's like 3-4 towers.
I know a guy that owns a. Yeah, you know what? Marco owns a condo. I'm Bloor in Islington, and I wonder what the condo room's like there. I bet you it's pretty good.
Peter White says, forget provincial, do an RV trip to Alberta.
That's not a bad idea. RV trip to Alberta, but there's a guy that got convicted
I guess coming back from
driving province to
Brunswick,
province with a truckload of booze. So they find
That
out
was also like 7 years ago, and the laws have changed, right?
that's great whiskey.
makes me want to open some of my
I'm loving this.
IBs.
This is
I
so
think
good.
Jasper needs to open some of his IBs.
It's got some smoke to it too. You can still get some smoke after the 30 years, right?
Yeah,
It's almost the exact same amount of smoke in the HB30, like the
That's what I
original.
was thinking. That mid palate is very much like that.
Right?
I find that
Minus the sherry. Take
Yeah.
the sherry away.
Yeah.
This is what's left over.
The HB30 is a little bit more salty, I think.
Interesting. I feel like the peat level is the exact same.
Very
Okay.
close.
I get that same.
Well, there's one way to solve this.
Go
we have
upstairs,
a Highland Park 30 rundown. Jasper brings all of his Highland Park 30s. He has like 10 of them.
Well, some guy that has me twice. Third says the bourbon trail sounds better. Then you gotta drink bourbon.
If we do this, we have to get Scotty to come up here, though.
Yeah. And Bart.
How do we get Scotty up here? That's the question. Scotty, what's it gonna take, man?
I sent Scotty some samples. I wonder if you tried it.
So, Scotty, did you try the samples that Jasper sent you?
I had a Farkless 90, like the 91.
Oh,
What do you send him? The family cast?
that
Yeah.
family cast.
Oh yeah.
That
Was a great pour. Man, that was
My
a good
God.
pour. You crushed that bottle, didn't you?
We
Split it.
We split
We
it.
split it, and then after samples up, and it's gone.
That half bottle went way too fast.
It does.
Embarrassingly fast. Having so
Scott's
you
like,
need to try
no-
that.
no Bart,
you need
just
to
me.
try that Glen Farkless family cast, Scott. You'll absolutely adore it.
Open and out.
What's going on, Chris? He's saying hi, folks.
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? All right, so we've gone through quite a few different things, mostly baby pours. But
That's because Rob's not pouring.
I'm not pouring.
Rob hasn't poured a single whiskey tonight.
2020, I will not pour. That's my new. I think it's for the best.
Right.
It's good.
He just needs a
Yeah.
servant.
What do you guys think about this angle? You like it better than the kitchen backsplash? I feel like
With the lighting's
The
maybe
color
a
and the
bit
lighting,
better. I
yeah.
don't know.
the
When you
lighting
do a
is
basement, you go do a studio.
in the basement. There's gonna be a full out bar, so it's gonna happen. My wife and I have already talked about it. She gave me full go ahead to do whatever I want to it. So
Because she wants you out of the down in the basement by yourself.
she also wants a finished basement so that we can have Arya's birthday back down there instead of like worrying about it up here.
Makes sense.
Well, she has 2 brothers and 2 sisters. I have 3 brothers. Like big old cat.
You all have kids, right?
We all have kids.
Yeah.
Well, one of my brothers doesn't, and one of her brothers doesn't.
Who gave you the recommendation on that family cast? You said someone recommended. That's what I thought.
Stefan from BC. Stefan, the guy that wins every single lottery that
Stefan.
there is. He wins more lotteries than Jeremy.
Than
wins.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
He also plays.
Inters, yeah.
He plays. He
Yeah.
spreads the board a lot on those lotteries.
Jeremy got pretty defensive pretty quick there.
So-
Whoa.
Well, the reason is because I wonder this coming session of family cast, what should we pick up?
I think we should open one more bottle.
Yeah. Rob, you have not had enough yet.
There's also
Oh,
that
there's
tequila.
that.
There's that tequila too. Oh, you've tried that. Never mind.
Tequila, I've tried. Sitting too long, and then I feel it.
Rob is gonna go pick up one of his bottles that Jasper brought back for him,
Is he?
which is probably like I'll have that.
Open?
No. Rob probably got. How many bottles did you get today? Too many to mention.
Jasper's been storing,
Too many to mention.
I think, what, 12?
Richard, thank you for this. This was great. We loved it. Awesome.
But some of these are polos. Some of these are polos.
He's defensive.
Is there any clean glasses or no?
Yeah, I think there's a couple here.
Mine are against.
So yeah, this one was available today at the LCBO. They probably sold them all, I think, right? 300. They had
close.
300 and something.
Did you guys pick up anything from today?
Nah.
We didn't.
If I didn't already have one, I would grab this.
If I didn't have this already, I would have picked up the same amount that I picked up from where I picked it
You
up.
didn't pick up a card because you were.
I was thinking about a Cardew. It was the first one to sell out. Cardew sold out fast.
I heard that the new Lagavulin 12 is just mediocre compared
Yes.
to other.
That's what I've heard.
releases.
I heard it's better.
I heard it was.
Really?
I heard the penny vanish.
Does anybody have
Yeah,
the
that's the
new
Wait.
Laga 12?
Crazy price.
What'd you think of it?
Rob will stumble.
What's that?
Rob's gonna do his first pour of 2020.
No, you're good.
Servant.
Jerry's better at the baby pours. He's used to baby-sized things in his hands.
No, he just likes to drink a lot.
So we just opened this 2019 Talisker. Rob will stumble. That's not hard. That happens after what, like a drink? Two things. Rob will stumble on a live and will probably injure his knee once every 3 weeks.
Right.
And Jeremy will hold 5 glasses.
And Jeremy might end up with 5 glasses.
So that was a crazy night. Does that live still exist, or you kiboshed that one?
I don't know. I can't remember what's what, to be honest.
That was the night when
We
Jasper
deleted most lives.
came over and opened oh, that's the night we did all the Poltneys.
We did all the pollen.
We did all the old Poltneys, all the new ones, plus the old ones too.
There's a store, I told you, has the old Polney 18 for $130 Canadian right now. Tax in. It's a great price. What was that in Alberta, Jasper? You remember? The Alberta, the old Polney 18.
130
This is a great whiskey. My God, like the peat level is perfect. The buttery notes, perfect. I honestly think it's a lot better than the 8-year-old.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
I'm gonna hold my reserve on that. That it's better than the 8-year-old.
This is a neck pour you just had. That's cold water.
I've had this before.
Yeah. I think it's better.
I'm gonna do it head to head.
44,000 bottles made.
44,000.
And they'll probably never make this again.
That's not limited.
It's not limited. Well, okay, it's limited for bourbon standards because they make 44,000 a year of the same product, but this will never be made again. So it's not limited now, but in 5 years it'll be limited. If it's not already.
What do they do
like,
next year for the special releases, Talisker?
They've never done this before.
Well, they did 8 last year, and then 15 this year.
But okay, so Diageo's never done this before. Diageo's never done all those cast strength whiskeys at one shot. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
So
Because they do the
did a
Lagavulin 12
Cardew
every year.
14-year-old cast strength that's never been done.
Right.
12-year-old,
Are you saying
Craig-
special releases? You mean?
the Craigamore or whatever it's called,
Right.
cast strength. The Pity Vintage or Vintage.
Right. So they've done some this year that they
They're
haven't
all
done
cast
before.
strength though. They're all cast strength, which has never been done.
But they do this Diageo special releases every year.
Yes.
Yeah, last year was the Game of Thrones stuff.
What about the
No, the
8-year-old Talisker? Wasn't that part of
eights,
it?
the-
That was a part of like
Yeah. It was.
And like
it was,
they
it was
do
a special release.
they
but-
do a Aurora. Sometimes they do a Port Ellen. Like those are all the special release Taliskers.
Yeah, but those are like nobody can touch those. What I'm saying is they took a bunch of their core range stuff and
Right.
made them into cast strength, which has never been done in my opinion before.
Right.
Like that Cardew, I don't think there is a Cardew cast strength other than that 14-year-old.
What's to do with that Mortlock 26?
Crazy price.
It's
How much
absurdly
did they want? They
priced.
wanted like 4,000.
3,600.
They want
2,600. 2,600.
They want just over what the Macallan 25-year-old is worth. Macallan 25-year-old went up in price too.
Macallan, everything went up in price.
Yeah, I can't believe that 18 triple cast. That's
18
upset.
Fine Oak. Is it called Fine Oak or Triple Cast now?
Triple cast.
Triple Cast. 400. What is it? 400 something?
$425. I think.
425 for that. That's insane.
It's insane.
I remember it used to be like 170 US. It was less than the sherry, and now it's more. How's that work?
This is just bourbon cask, right?
Don't remember.
It's got so much flavor. 57.3%.
Natural cask strength. No information about the cask selection.
No.
I would say it's both.
You think both?
I think there's sherry in here.
Yeah.
I thought it was recharge something.
I think it's a recharred bourbon cask. But I could be wrong with that. I think it's recharred bourbon.
Recharred bourbon cask.
But I think that was the same process used for the 8-year-old, if I'm not mistaken.
That one's worth cracking open in the 10
So the Talisker 15 at the LCBO today, they wanted 175 Canadian for it.
Which is a great, 179,
179 Canadian.
which is $3 less than I paid for each one of these. Well, $4 less than I paid for each one of these.
Hard to know because we have to get some delivery.
Yeah, I think it all came. Well, yeah.
So
There's more.
179 Canadian is about 140, 135 US. Right?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Ish. Yeah, that's about right. That's really nice.
I mean, I think it's worth it. 15-year-old Talisker cask strength.
Well,
It's good whiskey.
head to head with this, which is very similar.
Yeah.
I give the edge to the Talisker.
Okay.
Oh, look at all that sediment at the bottom. Man.
I'm going to have to try a different 15.
Oh yeah, that I haven't reviewed that yet. It's actually it's not actually 15 years old. Try it though; it's really nice. It's 20 years old, that one.
Ooh, what's this?
So someone's asking, how would you rate this Talisker versus the 10 or the Distiller's Edition?
It smashes both of those, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It's
it blows away the 10-year-old.
This cork is bad. I think.
Distiller's Edition.
This is that
Distiller's
compass box.
Edition.
I switched it out. Yeah, this was the cork that I was
That's
telling you about.
corked. That's
Yeah,
what
this
I
is
get
what
from
cork-
wine.
yeah, wine cork.
Wine goes corked.
Yeah.
That's the smell.
Yeah.
Eric
Cork.
would know.
The cork is bad.
Yeah.
But I moved it to that because it's so low on the bottle that it shouldn't affect it. Because it was
Yeah.
in the compass box before.
If you're a Talisker fan, you should get this if you see it, for sure.
Well, if you're a Scotch fan, you should have one of those.
No, I like this a lot. I'll try a little bit of water though.
Yeah, I'll take some water.
How much? I'll let you do it.
Just probably like 3 or 4 drops.
Catnip is saying it shows that there are no more at the LCBO.
Yeah,
The Talisker? Wow, it's sold out.
I would assume it would.
I would assume, yeah.
I think someone just commented today that they sold like 100 in the first hour or something.
Yeah, I saw that. But that's surprising though, because there was like 300 of the Talisker 15.
I haven't had the 25, but this is my favorite of the Taliskers that
It's,
I've had.
in my opinion, it's better than the 25. That day we did the rundown, we ranked the 25 the best, right?
I think the 25 got like a point higher than the 8.
The 8 was second best in that rundown.
But you guys are like the 18 as well, right?
The 18
was
18
good.
is really nice.
Yeah.
I think I have the 18 in there.
Yeah, the 18 Talisker is good. Actually, you know what? Is there a bad Talisker? I haven't had those like Storm ones.
I haven't had any of the noise.
The NES ones. I don't know.
The Distiller's Edition. Something like that.
Distiller's Edition I have had. I don't remember. You had a bottle of that.
No, not the Talisker. The Oak and Smoke just drops the super chat. Says great live, guys. Thank you very much, buddy.
Hey,
Really
Oak and Smoke's
appreciate
nice,
it.
man.
There's 119 left. Peter said.
Oh,
Really? No.
well, there you go.
Buy back up.
Wow.
Tell your fans. You should pick one of these up.
Honestly, this is definitely a buy for me. Like this is an easy buy at $180. Probably the best one of the best whiskeys at $180 you can buy at the LCBO. Well, you can get Kalila 18-year-old for that price, cask strength, right? The
Nope.
no, yeah,
The Gordon
173.
MacPhail?
no, the Kalila 18-year-old unpeated cask strength.
17.
17?
There's a 15 and a 17.
No, it's
cask
15 and
strength.
18. It's got to be 18.
15, 17.
I thought the 18 Kolila was an official bottling. It had like that orangey yellow kind of label.
It's like a lightish,
So there's the unpeated
light
and the
blue.
peated, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
unpeated.
The special
unpeated is
unpeated
cask
ones.
The
strength.
unpeated.
It is
Cask
18, is it?
I thought it was 15, 7.
That's what I thought. I thought 15, 17.
Double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 18. I'll almost guarantee.
There's not a lot at the LCBO you would buy at LCBO prices.
No, but that's one of the one like
This
when
one
we,
is one of them.
when we first got the Kalila. The only reason I know is because the LCBO had the Kalila 18 unpeated for $100 at one point.
Mhm.
It was a mistake, and like they cleared out.
Yeah.
I never get those.
It was good.
The nose on the Belgian is really good.
Balvenie is really
The
nice.
nose.
That's a 20-year-old Balvenie. There's a like
If you believe the mistake on the writing, right?
I guess yeah. Did Ralphie just dropped a video at this time?
Did he?
Yeah, that Balvenie.
Well, are you a Patreon supporter of him? Maybe it's a Patreon thing.
I'm not.
That's good. Yeah, this tastes older than 15.
It's really nice. It's just bourbon cask.
There's a lot of pencil shavings in this one.
Yeah. It's a good one though. I like it. This one is, man, it's got so much going on. Even on the finish, like the finish lasts forever.
Scotty just ordered the last bottle of Talisker 15 for 126 US. Or 125?
You will not regret
Where do you get that?
whiskey sites.
Oh, whiskey shit. 125. That's a good price. It's about
About the
well,
same.
Yeah, I guess so. 150, 150-ish.
No,
No, 160,
1.3.
160.
160, 160. Yeah,
Canadian dropping.
Mm.
almost the same.
But no, it's,
Yeah, no, I like that.
Are we dropping? Still? Yeah, that's good. I'm glad I opened that.
Yeah.
I have enough.
because you don't have an open one.
I don't have my own open one. We tried yours the last time.
That's with most things.
Yeah, exactly. We tried most of Jasper's stuff.
Which way come over and open some more.
You know what?
Open some more.
I gotta come by. It's gotta happen. It will happen.
It's closer for Jeremy.
Apparently. Maybe if I take the 407. Be closer.
Like this hour.
No?
Well, it depends what time of day.
Yeah.
You don't take the 407 here, do you? No. You would
Like this
never
hour?
even want to.
This hour.
407 goes into Oakville though.
But you pay a lot.
Yeah. Do you pay a lot if you have a transponder? What is it? Like I don't know.
20%.
I thought someone billed her like 500.
Oh really? Wow.
Already.
Why do you use a 407? You go to this?
My wife always said, I come here. I go to Brampton once a week.
Oh, okay.
But what's next for you guys? The live stream wants to know.
So, should we tell them about the video we're gonna film really quickly before?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, new kind of like segment video thing we're gonna do is it's called Raid My Cupboard. It's where I come into Rob's place and I search for some bottles to make a very pick for a very like specific criteria. So one's like I gotta pick an everyday sipper. This is all from Rob's Cabinet. So I gotta go in. I'm gonna pick an everyday sipper. I'm gonna pick a whiskey for a beginner. I'm gonna pick a bourbon that you'd share with your closest friends, a scotch that you would drink on your birthday, and then a unique bottle. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna raid Rob's cupboard and pick 5 bottles of that criteria, and then we're gonna talk about them. And then Rob's gonna come to my place. We'll do the same thing, and I think we'll probably challenge like other whiskey tubers to do the same.
Yeah, I think like it would be easy for like Scott and Bart.
Scott and Bart could do that. Trenny and C maybe could do that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting, kind of get a glimpse of someone's cupboard and what you would pick.
Got a raid in Jeremy's cupboard. I'm sure there's
Yeah,
different bottles
come
there.
raid
I'm
it.
looking forward to rating this. Yeah.
20 years ago. He's a baby.
Birthday bottle.
Hmm.
That brewer at 35-year-old is looking pretty special.
It's actually 38. I'm sure.
38. Yeah.
Rob doesn't have those.
No.
They're gone.
Yeah. I can't keep that in my inventory. I can't afford anything if I do. But yeah. That's it. I don't know.
Whiskey of the night? What are you saying?
Whiskey of the night. Most impressive whiskey for me of the night was this because I haven't tried it before. And
The Highland Park.
the Highland Park was really nice.
Yeah, I gotta go Highland Park.
That was really good.
Head to head with this Highland Park. The G&M 30.
Oh yeah.
Was that
It's
in
different.
there?
Yeah.
That was in there, right?
I found it.
Um,
I pulled it out.
yeah. I don't know. I guess, yeah, it's got to be that Kilkerran 15 just because it like wowed me. Like,
Yeah.
it was different.
Yeah, I agree. My review's coming out soon. I already recorded it, so it's coming out. I just gotta edit it.
I don't think, I mean, we had some pretty epic whiskey tonight.
Nothing was bad.
Nothing was bad. We keep saying that. Ladies, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Jeremy, why don't you tell these guys where they can find you guys if they don't already know?
If you are not subscribed, Super Social Club. I just reviewed Blind Stag Junior, Batch 9, Batch 12, Batch 13. That's up right now. My next release will be the Kilkerrans. It will be the 15-year-old versus the 8-year-old Sherry's. That will be coming out whenever I can edit it, probably Sunday or Monday. And yeah, lots of awesome stuff coming up on the channel as always. So yeah, go over there, subscribe to Sippers Social Club.
Yeah. We are going to keep you guys posted as far as the gathering in July. Mark July in your calendars. We're going to try to figure out a day that works for everybody and go from there. That's it. I have a review coming out on Monday. That's about it, guys. Thank you very much for joining. We had in 30s strong the whole night.
Yeah, it's a good laugh.
Guys that know whiskey.
You
That's what it's about.
should do some more bourbons to get more people.
Maybe. I don't know. They don't trust us anymore. They don't trust Scotch people in the bourbon category. Guys, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Cheers.
Cheers.